top 6 again because apparently I can't choose top 5s anymore.
Kasha, just let me take the box. I don't think you need this. Nope, okay, you need it? Do you need it or not? Make up your mind. Okay, you know what? I'm just, you can have it. It seems like it really means a lot to you. What up, my channel? Welcome back to another video. I'm Jessie and you're watching. Y'all, I am so excited to be filming another TBR cards video. This is going to be a TBR cards reading vlog where I read the books that my TBR cards picked out for me in April. I will leave my April TBR link down below because that was a blast to film. And that's where I will give the lengthy synopsis of what these books are about. So I've already started, hold on, where is it? I have already started reading My Lovely Wife. I am currently, as of right now, I'm 194 pages in. And of course, this is a popular commercial thriller about a woman and husband who get bored in their marriage. So they start killing people. It's got a lot of action. There really isn't a whole lot of lull to the story. And the characters are so interesting. I will say that it is difficult to relate to these characters because I simply don't love any of the characters. And that's okay. I don't need to relate to the characters in order to enjoy a book. I just need the characters to be well executed, well-rounded, etc. But it is strange that I just don't feel any connection to any of these characters, even the children. And maybe a big part of that is the cultural differences between how they are raising their kids and how I was raised as a kid. Because, these kids are constantly talking back to their parents and rolling their eyes. And the son, this is not a spoiler, but the son starts blackmailing his father at one point, and he is 14 years old. Bro, I never would have been seen again. I cannot with the audacity of these kids. Oh my God. Y'all, look at Akasha. I'm filming and she's like, what? Hi, ignore my messy house. Hi, Akasha. Oh, who's your good girl? Who's your good girl? She's such a good doggy. My beloved Akasha has been waiting all day to go to the dog park, and I just finished prepping the orders that I got for the TBR cards. So I am going to be mailing these off. I got 15 orders to send off today. Thank you so much, y'all, for supporting these cards. It means the world to me, and it's been really beautiful seeing y'all enjoy these cards and incorporate them into your reading. I'm just really excited for this stack of cards to get into the hands of the rightful owners. I cannot wait. I'm definitely going to start another book when we get back from the dog park, simply because it is already April 10th. I have 10 books on my TBR and they are very long. Most of them are quite long. So I need to pick up the pace with my reading. So I'm going to start another book when we get back from the dog park, post office, etc. These people are too stupid to be murderers. Y'all, I'm so upset. I don't even know how to begin this clip because I'm so upset. Okay, let me start from the beginning. I began this book, was loving it, really, really enjoying the story. I had a few issues with the plot and the characters and some of their decisions. It just didn't really make sense, seemed rushed and forced. And then as I continued reading the book, those things came to make sense. And I was like, oh, that was actually really great writing on behalf of the author. Fantastic, loving it. Then I took Akasha on a walk. And I love to listen to audiobooks on my long walks with her. We do 4-mile walks. So listening to an audiobook is perfect for them. I just randomly picked an audiobook on Scribd and I decided to go with The Echo Wife. I listened to that book nonstop until 3 in the morning. I had to force myself to go to bed. I literally had to have a sit down with myself and say, Jessie, it is 3:15 in the morning. You have shit to do. Go to bed. So Last night, I forced myself to go to bed, and I kept trying to put that book down, stop listening to the audiobook so that I could pick My Lovely Wife up again. And ever since I started The Echo Wife, every single time I pick up this book, all I can see are the issues that I have with it. I cannot help but continue to compare this book to the other one. How at first I really liked the characters, but then when you see the stellar character work in The Echo Wife, these characters just seem flat and dull by comparison. The stellar writing in The Echo Wife. I am so mad, and I'm trying very hard as I read this book not to judge it based off of my experience with another book, but I'm simply just absolutely clouded. I've been poisoned by The Echo Wife and how amazing it is. I haven't even finished it. I still have 1 hour left in the audio. The problem is I'm enjoying that book so deeply that I can't tell if the issues I have with this book are simply because that I resent My Lovely Wife for not being The Echo Wife, or is it that I would notice these issues even if I had never started The Echo Wife? And I am a pretty critical reader, and I hate that I can't tell. I hate that I cannot tell. So all of that being said, the reason I say these people are too stupid to be killers is there are so many issues with the choices that they're making. There are so many ways that they could land themselves in jail. Things like unnecessary, elaborate plans that can easily be poked holes through. I'm trying not to give any spoilers, but basically the whole thing with Owen is deeply problematic for one major reason in particular. And I keep thinking this throughout reading this book. And then of course, now we're on page 258, and sure enough, one of the major mistakes that I saw them making has blown up in their faces. And it's frustrating because there's nothing wrong with having characters make mistakes and do things that are just freaking stupid, because all of us do that. It's okay that the reader can see where the story is going, because it's perfectly fine if a reader has information that the characters do not. And sometimes it's actually really fun. Sometimes it's fun to be the wise one who gets to watch these people just make mistakes and ruin their own lives. The key component to pulling that off is that the writing has to be so good that you don't care that you can see what's coming, right? It becomes enjoyable. These characters' mistakes and faults, all of that becomes part of the journey of finding out how the story is going to end. And my problem is, while I was initially really enchanted by the premise and the story and these characters, I
no longer am enchanted.
I don't care how this is going to end up, because first of all, I think both the wife and the husband are freaking stupid. I can't say that enough. And besides the fact that I just don't think that they're very bright, and I think that they're also making unnecessarily convoluted plans. Their plan to get away with these murders is so extravagantly ridiculous that I physically feel nauseous reading these scenes. They're so dumb. I'm so freaking mad that I started reading The Echo Wife because I had no idea I would become so deeply enamored with it. I'm so freaking frustrated. So if you've read this book, please let me know if the things that I'm saying are make sense.
Is it just me?
I mean, because I know everybody loved this book, and I don't know what's wrong with me, bruh. So why did I say bruh? I literally never say that. I'm so annoyed. It's one of my personal pet peeves, and I swear, fellow booktubers, I'm not coming for you. It's gonna sound like I'm judging you, but I promise I'm not. One of my pet peeves is when people rate books poorly, like they take stars away because they weren't in the mood for the book. That's not the book's fault. That's not the author's fault. That's you. And that has nothing to do with the work. I just don't understand why some people rate books down because of that. All of that being said, I have plenty of book reviewing friends who do that, and I don't think less of them for it. And it also does annoy me just a little bit, okay. All right, well, the book's on the floor, so I guess now I have an excuse to pick another one up. We're gonna put that book on hold. I have 100 pages left. I need to finish The Echo Wife. I'm gonna go pick another one of the books that my TBR cards selected for me this month in April. They're in my library, so I am going to go figure out which one I want to read, and then I'll get started. Also, I'm in one of those moods where I can't tell what I want for dinner. Do I want cereal? Do I want to finish the caldo de pollo that I made? Do I want to order tacos? I don't know what I want. Please help me. Make decisions for me. I don't know what I want. Okay, so I caught a afternoon case of crashing. I was editing my May wrap. See how tired I am? I was editing my March wrap up and I just became exhausted and I need to get it done today. So Akasha and I are going through the drive-thru. There's a long line, so I figured I would do a quick update. I started reading The Other Black Girl last night. It is so good. Like, the capturing of what it's like to be Black in an all-white workspace, definitely spot on. I love that our protagonist really wants to succeed, but she also just kind of is refusing to let go of her Blackness in order to do so. That's really well done. And the other Black girl just got introduced to the workplace, and of course she's perfect and super cool, stylish and beautiful, all of that. But you know something wrong. At least I do. I know something ain't right with this girl. Okay, hold on. We're inching up. Give me a second. She ain't gonna fool me. I know something wrong with her. She is too cheerful, too nice. I don't trust her at all. She creeps me out, dude. She's so creepy. It's almost like a Stepford wife. Like, that's the vibe that I get from her. I don't trust that. As far as today goes, it's been pretty chill. I woke up at 6:30. I was wide awake, and then for some reason I went back to sleep. Woke up at 9:30, did a long walk with the puppy. I finished up The Echo Wife. 5 out of 5 stars. It was amazing. I think the ending's gonna disappoint some people, but I think the ending was perfect. I think it was perfect. Now I'm free to finish up My Lovely Wife. Obviously I haven't finished My Lovely Wife, but I think The Echo Wife simply reminded me of how I should feel about a 5-star thriller. I don't think I'm resenting My Lovely Wife for not being my Echo Wife. I think it's actually that it's just not holding my attention the way that it's held so many of y'all's attention. Preliminary thoughts. I'm gonna finish it and then ruminate and check in with y'all afterward. I might change my mind after finishing the book. We shall see. I have a bunch of filming that I want to do and that I need to clean because I have a guest coming tomorrow. Akasha is back there just throwing a fit because she wants to go to the dog park. Hello, what's up? Starla is here and I could not be happier. We are going home to Michigan to celebrate Abuela's 75th birthday. On April 17th, my Abuela would have been 75 years old. So my mother and I and Starla are getting together to kind of grieve and honor my Abuela's life. And I'm very excited. I have been vaccinated as well as tested. The car is ready. Everything is good to go. And I will just check in with y'all later. First, Starla and I are going to stop, and I wanted to pick up flowers for my mother, but I didn't want to get them too soon, so we're going to get some flowers for her, and then we are leaving, kind of. You're so fucking creepy. Why are you like this? No. I don't want to be in a car with this person for 10 hours. Love that for me. I don't even remember what I was going to say. I'll talk to y'all later. Oh my God. What was that? Is that a I want her water dish up front. All right, good, yeah?
Huh?
Just want to feel my orange.
Hi. Hi, puppy. She is ready to get out of the car. We are what? 3 hours into the trip? 2 hours?
2.5.
2.5 hours. 2.5 hours into the trip. She wants to be a YouTuber so bad. We're in Wisconsin. We've got 2 more hours before we get out of Wisconsin and pass into Indiana, I believe. No, Illinois. Illinois, then Indiana, then Michigan.
Oh my God.
Oh! Oh! What? Yes! Oh, look at that. Oh. Cute. Wait, where are we going? Wait.
She needs a moment.
He's asking where she is. I haven't seen her. Taking out some new food? Pet supplies plus bakery goodies to go. Oh my gosh. Akasha. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Look at those. Look at those. Who's your good girl? Oh, who's your good girl? Who's your good girl? Yes, who's your good girl? Quieto. Okay. Yes, who's your good girl? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Akasha. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Who's your good girl? Oh, she's scared of it. Who's your good girl? Who's your good girl? Get it? Where are you going? Come on. Then. Damn. Come on. Okay. Why you gotta talk now? You got so much to say now. So much. Okay.
I don't think she wants it.
Akasha. Stand. Okay.
Come here, sweetie. Come here.
Come. Come. Wait. Come on. Yeah. Yay. Good girl. Oh, who's a good dog?
I'm screaming.
Yeah, who's a good girl? Who's your good girl? Yeah, she's so confused. Who's your good girl? You're gonna hate me, but I didn't take a picture, so okay, come on. What up, y'all? Messy Jessie in the house. It is late at night. Starla has left, and it's time to do a reading update and close out this vlog. I am doing laundry, and also Akasha and I are about to go on our night walk. But I wanted to close out this vlog and take off my makeup. I did not end up reading any of Jade City on the trip, primarily because obviously I was just focused on family and hanging out with Starla, and neither of us really did much reading at all throughout the course of her visit. I mean, I did read Upon a Burning Throne because I really wanted to read that in her presence since it's one of her favorite books of all time. So I did start and finish that epic adult fantasy book. And because I have yet to review My Lovely Wife, I suppose now is the time to do so. At first I was gonna give this book 3 stars. But I sat with myself and realized that I was giving this book 3 stars so that I wouldn't disappoint any of my booktube friends who really, really love this book. I hate disappointing my friends. It makes me sad to dislike a book that so many of y'all love. But I had to be true to myself, you know? And it was at best a 2.75 for me. I did really like the ending. I thought the ending was pretty boss, particularly the very last sentence of the book. This book is going in that short list of books where the last line is my favorite of the novel. I'm very excited to read more of this author in the future, but this book was just meh for me. I'm sorry that I didn't love it as most of y'all did. I honestly can't think of one person who didn't like this book. So if you are one of those people, comment down below. Let me know what you didn't like about it. Let me know if you had some of the same criticisms as I do. And I know that y'all wanted Starla and I to do some collabs. We filmed not at all together, but that is okay. We really just wanted to hang out and not stress out about having to film. Starla is my best friend, so you are going to see her a lot on this channel this summer, especially because we are both vaccinated. You're gonna see a lot of Starla Jessie content on both of our channels this year. Don't worry. I'm really glad that we got the time to just spend with each other and be best friend vibes. I love her with my whole heart and soul. Starla can do no wrong. She's amazing, and if you are not following her, why? And Akasha's birthday was so precious. She means the absolute world to me. I have said it before and I'll say it again. That dog saved my life. And I'm not even joking. I love her with my whole heart, and it just made me feel really special to get to celebrate her birthday. So in honor of Akasha turning 1 year old, why don't you leave the puppy emoji in the comment section in celebration of her birthday. Oh my god, it feels so good to have my makeup off. Thank you for watching another Bow Ties and Books production. If you would like more content from me, subscribe to my Instagram, but as usual, all my social media links will be in the description box below. Stay safe, wear your mask, and I'll see you in the next video.